Hey everyone, so it's time for a flip and drag. I haven't done one in probably 2 weeks, so I think we should do one. I wanted to do something a little different today as far as coloring, so I'm going to try some copper metallic, the Lucas mauve, which is that real deep burgundy color, yellow ochre, and I was thinking about putting crimson red in it, but I'm going to change my mind on that one because I think that will pull too much orange, and this mauve is pretty dark, so we'll give that a go. So a lot of people have been asking me how I mix my base paint, and all I'm reusing is Creative Inspirations white paint, or Artist Loft acrylic flow in the white, and I'm mixing it half and half with Floetrol and adding water till I get a coffee creamer consistency. I don't want it thick and I don't want it watery. Try not to add a lot of water to your paint because it breaks down the binder, and a lot of times if you water down your paint too much, it will chip off the canvas when it's dry, so don't get it too thinned out. You need that binder to adhere to the canvas. So that's the only way I can explain it, is like a coffee creamer type consistency. You don't want it thick because then you won't be able to move it around. And because I airbrush, I want that base as thin as I can get it without adding too much water. So I'd rather add a ton of Floetrol instead of water. So that's why you can see how it moves on the canvas. This could be a little bit thinner itself, but I didn't want to add any more water. You want to get as much of the base paint thinned out on your canvas as possible, because if you don't, the white paint will puddle up against your cup and you'll lose a lot of your color for your flip and drag. Got a little fancy there, swirling that canvas around. And you can always pick up and add to get it to go. You just don't want to add more paint. If you watch Ann Osborne, she really thins down hers. She likes that watery consistency to her paint. So everybody does it different. There's no right, there's no wrong. But from my experience with colder temperatures, the paint will peel. So I want that binder in there. Okay. And God forbid if anybody thinks that I'm going against Anne. No, I'm not. She is one of the people that I make sure I watch every day, and I've learned a lot from her, so she's one of my idols on YouTube. So there. So the canvas is covered. I got as much as the white off as I can get without having a puddle form somewhere. And if you hear noises, my son's outside with my brother-in-law. So we may be hearing a wheelchair going up the ramp or dogs barking. So I did the WD-40 and I'm rubbing it in, because I don't want the cells from the WD-40. I just want to release the paint. And that's the black can. You can pick it up at Walmart. So I'm going to start with the yellow ochre. And then I'm going to follow that by the mauve. These are horrendous colors separately, so see what they look like when they're on the canvas. But I haven't done anything in this type of color palette, so I wanted to try it. And I'm just gonna cross it over a few times. All right. Why does your nose always have to itch when you're doing something? Pop it in the middle of the canvas. I wanted that yellow ochre on top, so hopefully it won't sink too much. And 2 of these paints are fresh mixed today, so I don't know how the cells are going to form. They could be little or they could be huge. Everybody's got a beep. I waited till the garbage men went today before I started filming. So you can see I have a little suction. That is actually pretty together. I gotta get rid of that GABA yellow there though. I always put my cup in the white before I go in. Don't know why, just do it. Okay, so the truck that came this morning must have been the recyclables because the garbage men are here. All right, so I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit. So I have a big dip there, and I'm going to fill that in with white. And I'll pull some of that paint into it. And then I'll see if I can move it a little bit. That should work. I have some uncooperative paint here. Okay. Not bad. A little clumpy there. If you get a little drop of paint, you just touch it with your finger. You can always dip your white and go in and fix it. It's going to dry flat, so don't worry about that. Okay, let me give it a little torch. I really like using a metallic when I do these because it kind of highlights the other paint. Getting a few cells coming up, not much. I like when my cells are there when I first flip that cup over. Okay. So, if you're new to airbrushing, you've never seen it before, down below in the description box, I have a link to my Amazon shop, and this exact airbrush is on there. It is a tabletop airbrush. You do not need a big compressor. It comes with its own compressor, and it's about 25 psi, which means your paint's not going to go flying everywhere. If you use a floor compressor, set your psi at 25. So all we're going to do is airbrush these ends out. And you can see that I get just enough movement with 25 that I'm not blowing it everywhere. And I just like to feather out these edges to give the painting a little character. And you don't have to do the whole painting. Sometimes I'll find spots that I absolutely love in a painting and I don't touch it. Just go slow. You can shut it off and look at it. I have a monitor to my right, so a lot of times I'll stop and look to see what you're seeing. Just a different view where I might need to push it out more or bring it in, because you can always bring it back in. Just flip your airbrush around and push it back in, and then you can take out what you want. So I think this week I'll do a tutorial on mixing the base paint, because I've never done one. In my playlists I have lots of tutorials in there on mixing craft paint and mixing tube paints. Just go to my home page and click on the playlist tab, and that'll take you to a bunch of different playlists. And there's one just on the airbrush itself, so you might want to give that a look. Before you buy. But there's more you can do with this than just feathering out edges. I did do a video on flowers, which came out absolutely adorable for Mother's Day gift ideas. This is pretty. I kind of like that yellow ochre being a little prominent there on the ends. Just broke up everything. These are kind of my high school colors. We took the copper out. Red and gold. Okay, one is done. I'll give you a little close-up. So while you're here, go ahead and click on subscribe. Click on the notification button next to it, the little bell, and you'll get notified when I upload my next video. Click like and share and leave a comment. Join me on Facebook and join me at my Etsy shop. All those links are below. And check out my Amazon shop. If you're looking for tools, the torch, the airbrush, the cups, the washing machine trays are back in stock. I have a lot of things on there that might benefit you. So go ahead and give that a look. I saw a bunch of sales starting to come. I had to get them. Let's see if there was more. So yeah, check out my links below. Join me on Facebook. I do upload videos there once in a while that don't make it to YouTube, especially if I'm doing a new project and it's not working out for me, so I just put it there. So I don't have to worry about so much time on here. So, yep, she's pretty. We're good. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye now.